The new setup for the 3D printers. We had to do a little bit of a different plan here because we were going to keep this printer here. This is the Kobra Max and this is the Kobra Plus. The Kobra Plus used to be over here, so we were going to put that here, and then the Kobra Max we were going to put here. Well, the Kobra Max, if you get it, it's really big. You can see the difference, and that's already bigger than a regular average printer. So to give you the idea of the dimensions, so the Kobra Plus is 350 by 300 by 300 millimeter. That's your print bed size. The Kobra Max is 450 by 400 by 400. So the bed, which is here, which by the way, these are really nice glass beds. They're beautiful. You can kind of see the difference here. It's a much larger print surface. So we're going to unbox the Kobra Max today, put it together, talk a little bit about, and I'll do a little bit of a review. Now I've had this Kobra Plus, that's what I did these on. The print has been very good. They've been very, this one was a little messed up, but I actually had the printer out of level and didn't know it. That's one good feature about these is they're auto leveling. You just go into the software, you level it, and it's perfect every time. But you can see kind of the quality of the print here. It's really good. There's nothing, that was when I leveled it. And this is, what this is you can see in here, it's the top tail section of an A350, which this is the goal. The end goal is to do a 1/20th A350. So I'm just now starting to experiment with 3D molds, but that's that. So now we're going to get to the unboxing of the Kobra Max. Like I said before, nice glass bed, which I really like. Here's your motors and your extruder. You can see how big that thing is, and make sure you have enough space for this thing. This is a 28 by 56 board, and the dimensions of the Kobra Max barely fit it. So that you need something at least 28 to 30 inches wide, and I would say equally as long, just for the Kobra Max. So make sure you have enough space. And then here's what it comes with. It comes with some zip ties, an extra nozzle, some zip ties, your plug, which they all come with. This is software updates to your USB. That's fine. Directions. This is the test G code for the owl. That's how they do their test as an owl. These are the clips for the bed, which I really like. You can see these. They hold the bed down, and they hold it down great. It's very solid. This is the PLA holder. You've got screws for stuff on there, nozzle cleaner, and grease. So that's basically what comes in the packaging. The reason why it's kind of all out is it was too big to actually unbox in here. So I had to kind of take everything out. So these are super easy to put together. This one, the Kobra Max, actually, because it's tall enough, it has braces on the back. The hardest part is actually mounting your motors to the bed, because, right, you have to go through here with these screws. So I'm going to try and do this like I did the other one. I'm going to try and do this like I did the Kobra Plus. See if it works. And it's not that easy. Not like with this big of a format. So I don't know if this will actually work, but we're going to see. So what I did with the Kobra Plus was I just laid it on its side. Let's see if I can get this the right way. And this one is so big, it may be a little bit difficult, but just lay it on its side.
I think I should come around and get you from the...
Okay.
Okay.
So you lay it on its side. And now you've got it lined up. So now you can take your bolts.
Oh yeah, I'm coming around.
Okay. and your bolts go in from the bottom. You got to make sure these are straight, so make sure you're finger tightening. And then once they're in finger tight, you know you're good. Like I said, this is the hardest part with both printers, especially if you're doing it without a second pair of hands. It's not the easiest thing to do. But if you just do it this way, and then you can see they go in nice and easy. So now you're just kind of moving them. Those are started. And now you can get your other two on the bottom. Biggest thing is just make sure you tilt this up and that your screws go in hand finger tight.
Oh, so you're not putting pressure on the, gotcha.
Yeah, if they're not finger tight, that means you're either cross threading it or it's not straight. But as long as it's finger tight, you know those bolts are going in nice and straight and there won't be any issue. So you just kind of.
And then you do tighten them down once they're all in?
Yeah, so now they're in. I believe they gave us, they give you a nice little wrench set. If you don't have your own Allen wrenches, but they give you a set that comes with the printer, which is nice. I mean, it's nice that you get something. So now you just kind of lift this guy up, and since they're already tight, I mean, since you finger tighten them, you'll have no issue getting them tight. And just make sure there's a little indentation on the print bed axes there, and the little arms fit in there. You'll see it when you'll know what I'm talking about when you put it together. You can't really put it in wrong because of the way these guys nice and tight. You don't want to over tighten them, but get them nice and firm. And then I just like to give them a little quarter turn. It's not going to be that big of a vibration on this thing, so. Okay, so your arms are on. Now you can take it and okay. There we go. That's your first instruction. Alright, so now you got your supporting rods, which should be fairly simple. You're going like this. Okay. So which screws do we use? Oh, that's not some washers. Okay, so to do this, you're going to use, and I'll get the parts off for you. So for these guys, I believe you're going to use these two screws, the shorter ones, the washer, and then you're going to use these lock nuts. So you're going to, oh, actually you're going to use these two for the bottom. I'm sure that's how that goes. Okay. Yeah, so the longer ones go on the bottom. The longer ones are going to go down here somewhere. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I think they go right. Oh yeah, they'll go there. Okay. Alright, so let's get the top on. Now this is just a washer and a nut with no spacer. The spacer goes. Okay. So this, you're going to use your washer on this. Washer on the front, nut on the back. Okay, and I'm going to leave that loose and just. Okay. Washer 2. Okay. Now these have little adjustments on them too, so you may have to fool with this to get it to fit onto your into the little hole down here. So there's adjustments on the, and you want to get it so it's, and then you'll use those nuts to tighten it up once you get it in here. Okay, I'm assuming that's how that goes. Yeah, see, I think this thing is backwards. Oh, no, that's right. Okay, yeah, got it right. Okay, so I think that's about how that one goes.
And this one doesn't have it because it's not as large? This doesn't have that same
Yeah, it
column?
doesn't have these. Yeah, I didn't have to do these things because it's just not. I think this is so. Once this extruder gets to the top, it needs a little support. I think that's why these are on here. So after these get in, you just secure the bed down, and honestly, you're pretty much, then it's just really taking off all of the zip ties, and there's zip ties on top of zip ties on these things.
It was packaged really well, too.
Yeah, I mean, they did a great job. It definitely wasn't gonna go anywhere, that's for sure. None of the parts were in danger of any type of damage, because it was packaged so well.
Yeah, and as far as pricing goes, I bought the first one, we got the first one from Amazon, but this one was actually a better deal directly from Kobra.
Yeah, they're actually pretty reasonable for the prices, that's for sure. Okay, so now it's just tightening these guys up, which will be the next size down, I believe. Yeah. So I would put these in first. You may need the wrench up here because it's a lock nut. So these, the bottom ones, you can tighten down first, and then you snug that nut up. So you'll use their wrench. You don't have, if you don't want to use your own, use their wrench, and then you tighten that up with the wrench. So when this gets tight, it cannot move now. So now you just snug that up a little. And then that's the same thing. So now you put the nut up here. And because it's a lock nut, you'll definitely need the wrench on there. But just needs to be snug. It's your support. Same thing on the other side. These are super easy to use and super easy to put together. And I really do love the auto leveling on these things. It works really good. Okay, so now your braces are in. And, okay, touch screen. Touch screen. Let's see, where is this guy? I'm sure this guy's going to go right like that. Yep, same as it's actually, I mean, I did not do a video on the Kobra Plus, but it is identical to how the Kobra Plus goes together. So if you're thinking of a Kobra Plus or a Kobra Max, they're identical in terms of how they go together. The only addition with the Kobra Max is your supports.
And that doesn't have a drawer for some reason.
Well, yeah, this one is weird. The little Kobra Plus comes with a nice little. I'll show you. It comes with a nice little drawer right here for all your extra stuff. The wrench, the wrench. The Kobra Max doesn't have it, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense because it's so much bigger. It's a nicer printer, but hey, whatever. Now the touch screen's on, then it's going to be hooking up all your cables, which is not the hardest thing to do.
And it's similar to this.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same setup. So if you could set this up the way I'm doing it, you'll be able to. And in fact, this one's easier because it's so much smaller, and you don't have to deal with it so much. So, okay, the filament holder we're going to have just right back here. I think I'm going to put that. right here.
Do you have options of where to put it?
Yeah, you can move it around a little bit. It doesn't have to be like perfectly in one spot. Okay, so there's your filament holder. I keep mine here. I put it in the same spot on that one. Oh, we got to do the bed. This is a really nice part of this. This is what I like about these. You got your bed here. All right, so the bed. Just bring this out here so you can see a little better.
There we go. Oh, can you grab that?
Yeah.
My bad. I knocked that over.
So now your bed is just going to go on. You line it up on the bed, and that's where these little clips. I really like these clips because they hold this bed down super tight, and they really. The bed doesn't move at all. Just kind of line that up there. And I just kind of put them in like that. And I put 3 on each on the little plus, so we'll see if these are the same. They really hold this thing super secure. I've not had an issue printing yet with this thing. I mean, I haven't printed with this one, with the other one, with the Kobra Plus. I mean, it
Clips just go top and bottom, not sides?
yeah, just top and bottom. Yeah, you could put 2 on each. I put 3 just the way they are here. You could probably put 2, 2 here, and then 1 here and 1 here, but I have yet to have an issue with it. So, I mean, you cannot move the bed on this thing. It is really tight. Okay, so basically that's the installation of everything. Now it's wiring. Okay, so and your zip ties. So there's a zip tie up here. Which I don't know if I'm going to use there.
And the zip ties are there just to hold it in place because it's shipping?
For
Okay.
shipping. Yeah. So that's your first zip tie. Now you got to make sure you got all of these zip ties. So there's 2 on each axis. So you've got 2 on here. And then 2 on the other axis. So make sure you get those. And there's 2 over here. I think you should have 6. If I remember correctly, it's 6 zip ties. They had them. Now this one might have more because it's so much bigger. The Plus had 6, I believe. So. Alright, there's those 2. And when you start printing, if you don't have these off, you will know it. Okay, so those are off. I want to say there was 1 down here. Now this is the one you got to get. You come in here. There's 2 on this one down here, so you'll see them when I lift this up. There's 1 right here and 1 right here. I don't know if you can see.
I got them.
But you got to get all of this off. If you don't, your print is not going to come out that good. And then we got 1 over here. And if you need to, when you're taking them off, you can always, if you can't get it, you can always move the print bed around to help you. So this one you can kind of get. I think we can grab this one right off the side here. Oh, maybe not. You gotta get these out first. There we go. You can grab it right off the side here. And there you go. So that's those are your zip ties. I think that's all of them. Okay. Now, once you got that, you have to plug everything in. It's actually pretty easy because the cables, right? So like this cable, it's very close to here, and it can only go in there. So, you know what I mean? So you're not gonna, all the cables are very close to where they plug in. Here's your, this is the touch screen. And that just goes in. You can't plug these in different ways either. They can only go in one way. So once you find where the connector goes, you will be able to plug that in. Okay, and then I just got this one, and then this is your small one that goes on the side here. So like I said, there's, you know, you just got to take your time with it. There's a plug here. So there's two plugs on this, on your left side support. There's one plug here, and then you've got your touch screen. So now that's done. So this thing is ready to plug in.
That really was easy.
Yeah, it really is a simple, and then so save all this. Of that. Now the zip ties here, these little zip ties are going to be for when, so we still got to run our print wire as well, which I forgot about, but that's right here. So not to worry. There is a zip tie on that because everything has got a zip tie on it. They all have zip ties. So now this is your main printer. This is your main printer head. Now, you've got, okay, so, that's good. Oh, we gotta get this out of here too. Now, there also is, you have to roll the extruder to get that out. And that's very simple. It's just protective. It makes it so the extruder can't roll in as it's coming to you. Okay, so this one I'm assuming is going to go up right here. So you've got two of these black plugs. This is your, I think that's your Z-axis, and then this one.
How do you know which one goes where? Does it matter?
I don't. Well, this one's shorter. This one won't go to the extruder.
Ah, there you go.
This one is much longer, so the bed is gonna
move.
Again, these can only go in one way, so you can't, screw them up. So now they give you all of these little guys right here. So this is important so that this doesn't get in the way of your print. You want this to be nice, as good as you can get it. And then what will happen is you'll kind of undo these, kind of wrap this around, and then you just twist these. So you twist these back on themselves, and then they kind of lock it up. See? So then, that's one. And they give you 3 of these. So these are really nice because this will help you. This will keep your prints. This will keep all of the extra wiring out of your print job, and it makes it clean, and everything is good.
So it's attaching the PLA stream to the cord.
No, this is the wiring.
The wiring.
Yeah, this is your wiring to the Bowden tube. And then
Okay.
you just want to make sure you go all the way over here and that it's got enough so that you have slack.
Oh.
If you don't, it may, hold up your print, or it could screw up the track, or you don't want to do that. So there. So now that's all done. This looks good. Now, ready to plug it in and do a test print. Now, I'll probably do the owl just to do it, make sure I got this thing right, but I really don't need to. I want to get these molds started, but that's the basically the installation. Super, super simple. It's a very easy installation. here. This can go down here. Yeah, now we just gotta plug this guy in. And we're ready to go. We'll put it in, we'll preheat the PLA, and it should have a G-code printed on it already. Should have the owl. So your owl is your test print. So you turn it on right here. Here's power. Let's see if that goes on. Okay, there you go. It also comes, each of these came with the little USB. So to prepare, you preheat the PLA. So it's going to preheat everything. Like I said, your owl G-code should be on this already. This just plugs into this. It plugs in like that. Gold bars up. And it's in. This we'll just keep with this printer. And then we could do the PLA. I'll show you how you load the PLA. It's really easy on this machine. Like that.
Are you forward enough with it?
Yeah, I think I am. Oh, no. Okay. So, that should be far enough. So now the PLA is heating up, and then so when you go to install the PLA, it's really simple. I always cut the end off so it's like a really nice even cut.
Not come around.
Yeah. And then if you want, they give you these extra zip ties too. So you can actually zip tie stuff. If you want, like you could probably zip tie this, because this is all the way forward. Oh yeah, see, you cannot zip tie this stuff. You got to be careful. So you got to make sure it's all.
Yeah, it has to have slack to move.
It has to have big time slack. Now this, you could probably get away with zip tying right here, just so it stays off the bed. And I'm gonna leave this just in case I need to fix that. I think it'll be fine though. You want to make sure you've got enough, because this thing is going to go all the way up. So you need to make sure you're zip tied down there. Okay. So we're preheating. You can see the PLH is oh, we got a level too. So actually, before you do that, this is what I love about this machine. Oh. So to level it, you just hit level, auto leveling, and now you use a tool and you touch the nozzle. So you just hit the nozzle, and it should say leveling is starting. So now it's going to level itself, and this thing levels itself great. Leveling takes maybe 5 minutes.
And you have to level every so often?
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's why my prints got a little off on that last one. But every 3 to 4 prints you should do a level, just to try and keep it super smooth.
And it lowers and touches in like a couple spots, right? It sorts itself
25.
out. 25 different. Okay.
Each one of these dots gets leveled.
Oh.
And it levels the whole print bed that way. Here we're going to start a mold, the other mold on one of the stabilizers, the vertical stabilizer. And then this one we're going to let it level, and then we'll probably do the owl and test it and see what happens. It's amazing how much bigger that one is.
It's big. And that's starting a print right now?
Yeah. This one's starting one of the molds for the, this is the middle half of the vertical stabilizer, the left half of the vertical stabilizer. Starting off really nice. You can see the first level, the first layer is really important. So it looks really good. So now you'll see the leveling process there. That's the leveling process. And that takes about 5 minutes. It's going to level each point, 25 points. Sorry, let me get in here. That.
And they give you a small amount of PLA.
Yeah, they give you a little to do the starting the owl, just for the practice print.
And they make all different kinds of PLA.
Yeah, you can get whatever you need, or ABS, different plastics, whatever it is.
And they make carbon fiber, every
Yeah.
color, two-tone.
All right, you can see how that's
Oh, yeah.
starting off really nice. Got a good first layer. You can pretty much tell once the first layer is down, you can tell how nice it's going to be. But I should probably do 2 of these on one print. I didn't want to have a mess up and then have to keep those tools underneath that. So there. Now once that's done, we'll start the owl on this. I'll show you how you do the PLA too. I'll show you how you get it in there. There's a couple different ways you can do it.
And what kind of tools did you get for PLA and cleaning up and trimming?
Oh, well, I mean, you might as well get a bunch of these. These don't last very long. We got a bag of these. Yeah, I got a bag of these. You can't have too much of that stuff. Knives.
Filing?
Yeah, not really. Not for the PLA and stuff. It's really not needed. I mean, you really basically just need the scrapers to get the. It's almost done leveling.
And you've done some long prints and you've never had any problems. You've done some 24-hour prints.
Yeah. Done some big prints. These have been great. These printers are super simple. You can see how easy it is. It's really automated. You can see how easy. But we'll get a print going. I'll show you how you load the filament, and then there's a couple ways you can do it. It looks like everything's okay here. Bed's heating up. So that's your last leveling. It levels at 25 points on the bed. So now it's going to home and then it'll be done.
And this is making that like first layer?
Yeah, that's the first layer on the bottom. And you can see how nice it came out. So it's really perfect. Zip tie that there. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. I'm going to leave that. I'm not sure. So, now your leveling is done. So, to put filament in on these printers, you can come to the touch screen. You've got print, prepare, tools, and systems. So you prepare it's already preheated. So when you hit filament, now, if you just go like this and you hit filament in, it will work. And you can get you just guide your filament into the Bowden tube, and then you hit filament in, and it will take 14 hours for that to happen. You can do that. You can also just take your handle out like this. And that is just a little bit, that's going to take a little time to get. But you can just, you pull this little lever out, and then you get it till it stops. You pop there. Now you put it back in. Now you hit filament.
Show me the lever. Point to it.
It's right here.
Ah.
Now you hit filament in, and it's gonna. Oh, the print head's temperature is too low, so it's gonna heat up, it's going to automatically start turning the extrusion process, and it'll go into there.
Oh, so filament in it feeds it for you, but you can hand feed it.
Yeah,
and you just pulled this.
Yeah.
Towards the front of the printer, this
Correct.
lever.
Yep.
Okay.
And you want to do that kind of because you could do it either way, but it takes a really long time for it to go
self-feeding. Yeah.
Yeah. And as this heats up and is out, this Bowden tube will get more straight, so that filament will feed a little bit nicer.
Yeah. Nice.
So we're almost there. So now we're gonna hit filament, and you'll see it's turning in there, and you'll see the filament feeding. So you'll see that turning in your filament. Now all I do is I just watch on the bottom. So when the filament, now I went almost all the way into that, so it should be just a few seconds here. You'll see the filament start coming out. Then you just hit stop. As soon as you see filament coming out, you know you've got all your filament in, and your head's, you've got filament all the way to the extruder.
It'll start melting out.
Yeah, it'll start melting out, and then you hit stop. See how long it takes? And I went almost all the way to the head.
There it goes.
So now you hit stop. It's going to come out, so it's not a big deal. You just pull it off. You just take it out. I just usually do one of these and just hit the nozzle and take the extra off. Do not touch it. It is extremely hot. It's 200 and some degrees. But once it's on once you got it on. Now. So now.
There's a little bit.
Okay. So now I'm gonna keep it preheated.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, so you get all the stuff off of it.
Try and get all the stuff off of it. And now, so there should be an OWL G code. I don't think we need to do it, but for this video, I want to show you how to do it. So, you're gonna go to print. Anycubic. Oh, there's your OWL G code right there. So you just hit the OWL G code and print. Now, she's gonna get everything up to temperature. Everything should line up. We're almost there. We're 5 degrees off.
And it's hot, so you don't touch it with your hand, you said?
Well, I don't touch the needle. This is only 60 degrees, so you can touch that. But the nozzle is 200 degrees, so don't be touching that. And don't get that PLA on your hand, because if it sticks to you, you'll get burned. But now, just want to make sure this is out far enough. I believe it is. So now it's going to start. And you'll see it'll do it automatically, and then that's it. And any other of the prints. So there's your first layer. There you go. And the first layer already looks pretty good. You can kind of tell right away if it's going to be a good print, especially on that first layer. But that's it. So, I mean, now it's just going to print up the owl. Once the owl's done, and probably going to take a couple hours, then I'm going to start printing some molds on this thing.
Here, get the owl that you printed from the other one.
We threw it out already.
That's in there.
No, I think we threw it. Oh,
yeah, it's in there. Yeah.
So here's the owl I did with my own PLA, but that's basically what you're going to be looking for. And you want it to be nice and smooth. Not many strings on it. It's actually a very clean print. And that was from the Kobra Plus. So that's what I'm looking for this one. But that's it. And that's your installation. The only thing I may do, I may fool around with these wires depending on when this thing is printing, how it looks. I'm going to print some bigger stuff on it later today, but that's it. Overall, I love them. The Kobra Plus has been awesome. It's been flawless. It was easy to put together. It works great. Prints have been really good. Like I said, these are the prints. After I leveled it, this is the print I got out of it. This is the top 1/6 of a vertical stabilizer.
Yeah.
And you can see it's a very nice print. Very nice. So, but yeah, so, and I'll keep you posted if I find anything I don't like. Everything so far has been really great. Everything, these two printers, everything's auto leveling. It's super simple. So, but yeah, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. I'm going to be printing these molds up. We're going to be putting up some videos on how we're doing this airplane, and we'll see how it goes. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for all the other videos.